More than 2,000 years ago, this hilltop fortress with its commanding view was supposed to protect the city of Mareshah, ruled by the Greeks, from a legendary Jewish revolt, but it didn't work. Here in the Lachish forest, archaeologists say they've found evidence of a Hasmonean Jewish victory over the Seleucid Greek rulers of the day, despite attempts by the Seleucids to fortify against it.
What we discovered here actually connects with the story of Hanukkah and the Hasmonean revolt against the Greeks.
The excavation revealed a well-fortified 50-foot by 50-foot building that had been destroyed. Excavation director Achinoam Montague says they uncovered the walls of the structure, which were nearly 10 feet wide and sloped to prevent invaders from scaling the wall.
We also uncovered the destruction layer, which in it we found hundreds of artifacts, including pottery and coins and weapons, which we dated back to the 2nd century BC. We believe that the destruction was done by the Hasmoneans as part of their conquest of Edomea in 112 BC.
The structure would have been about 16 feet tall, with 7 rooms and a stairwell leading to a second floor.
The destruction layer was about half a meter, and here we have the wood blocks from the roof. We believed that the roof collapsed, and on the roof the rest of the walls in the building. During the excavations, we took out hundreds of stones until we reached the destruction layer.
The Hasmonean Jews were descendants of the legendary Maccabee family that rose up against the idol-worshipping Greek Seleucid rulers of the day. After the revolt, they cleansed the Jewish temple in Jerusalem and found enough oil to burn in the menorah for one day. According to the story, it burned for 8 days, and thus the holiday of Hanukkah was born. Here, some 40 miles from the Temple Mount, the Hasmoneans were also victorious.
We know the stories, the Jews against the Greeks, and this is just the proof of that happening.
The site was full of treasures.
These are some of the artifacts we found. All these small jugs were used to hold mainly expensive materials such as oils or perfumes. Today we excavated this bronze pin, which was used to hold up the piece of clothing they were wearing at the time.
High school students helping in the excavation are also learning important skills and connecting with their past as part of a program called Eretz Israel, or Land of Israel Studies.
They arrive the first day, they have no idea what they're doing, and after a few days they come in and tell me what they found, and they can explain to me everything. So seeing them actually learn through the process of digging and touching the history and making history by digging the site.
They were touched by their experience.
From reading it in the book, it's make it like alive. We see it in our eyes, we touch it. It's not something we heard in the school. It's a true story that we touch for real.
We're really digging up the history that we're living it now and celebrating Hanukkah now.
While the area will eventually be open for the public, experts say the most exciting part is how the excavation breathes life into history from 2,000 years ago. Julie Stahl, CBN News, the Lachish Forest, Israel.